I'm back with the C300. Been working on this project for a while. One of my business partners, Transcend. So today what we're doing though, he wants to add these covers to the brake caliper. I already did the back, which turns out to be like this, and lift it up about 3-4 inches higher. As far as lifting it up higher, this is what I use. These clamps could either lift the car up or they can bring it down, lowrider. So that's what I use to get a little, because the rims are 22 and they couldn't fit, so we kind of like lift it up by 3-4 inches. And now he wants it higher, so I'll adjust these screws and bring it up higher. That's for that. That's done with that. Caliper cover piece. What I'm doing is, you have to pretty much manufacture, you have to do some manufacturing and to really get it. What I do is I get a measurement first. See these two lips? Now in this one, you gotta make some modifications. Well, for the caliper on the bends, I need to cut this lip out on this side and do the same thing with this lip on this side. Right? Yeah. So what I do is I use something that's, to give me a straight line. Like I would put this on it and mark it, and you get the, okay. Now there's no special way to cut this, but what I did was I used one of these, blades, and I kept running across it. A few times to get it deep enough so this can break off, because you don't want to break the whole thing off. That's the whole thing. It don't matter how you cut it, just don't damage the rest of it. But this is the way I did it. Then I put this plier on it and kind of wiggle it left and right. Lift it left and right, and then boom. Got a perfect cut. Like I said, you can do it how you want, but this is how that works for me. Okay, now I get another measurement, and then what you got, the corner that you cut, it just sits just like this. So now let's see this little thing right here. You kind of use something, you twist, and it pops out. Turn over the camera. It pops out. You need that for when you're done. That's where the screw's going. Get this one out, pop out. Now, okay, now that I got my cut right, I got those little hole out so I can put the bolts. I use a little tape just to hold it in spot where I need it at. So now it's drill time. What you do is you drill a hole. You drill a hole through that into the caliper, but don't go too far into the caliper. Maybe, don't go too far where it comes out the other side of the caliper. Pretty much. Same thing with down here. And that's how I'm gonna get my lines and where my... Okay, got the hole drilled. I drill it just a little bit so I can take this off and drill it some more without having damage this piece cover. So see, now you got two holes. Now I got my guard. Like I said, you drill in just enough to get a screw to grip, but not to go through that. Okay, you found two screws that fit. But before you put it on, you're trying to screw it in yourself with a screwdriver before you, put it in. Because these screws, it's better to use, buy you one of these little kits. You don't want to use this thread. What you want to use is one of these type of threads, because they self-tapping screws. So, yep. Now I'm just going to drive it in with a screwdriver a little bit, and then put the piece on. They're not going in. Why? Because I need to drill a little deeper into it. And that's the whole purpose of, well, it's always better to drill less than to drill too much. Because now I can drill some more. Instead of drilling too much, then we have a problem. So now we'll just drill a little bit more and try it until the screws really like locked in, and it feels like we got something. I drill it a little bit more. Now they gripping. That's what you need. Gripping. And as far as like lifting it up, remember the brackets I was telling you about? What I did was use this and keep turning it all the way up. See the area where it's clear? That's how far I went up, about another inch or two. And did the same thing on that side. That's done. So now we take the screws back out and put the cover on. We should be good. Now that I got it in, what you see there is some Gorilla Glue. After you put the Gorilla Glue and you snap these little pins right back into place, you know, to hide the screw. Okay, this is the final result. But one thing I forgot to mention is to be aware of is that this cover, depends on how far you put it, you know, towards the wheel. Make sure that they don't rub when the wheel spins. So, we're looking good.